Good evening. Today is June 1st, and we will start the Springfield City Council portion of the public speak out. We first have on the agenda Stephen Howard. Please state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes to speak.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, councillors. I'm Stephen Howard, 1104 Whittington Street. I would like to say best wishes to all of the 2026 graduates. It was pretty hectic getting here today, and it's good to see folks actually finishing their education. Now, let me ask a question. If you were able to save $1,000 a month, what would that do to you? How would that improve your life? Now, those of you who get your energy bills from the energy company, in meetings that happened last year, which I attended, the energy company said that 2/3 of your bill is actually going to get the gas from point A to your home. Meaning for every dollar that they bill you, that's supposed to be for the price of the gas. Then they charge you $2 to get it from point A to your home. If you pay $500 a month, if you're supposed to pay $500 a month, you end up paying $1,500 a month, because they're charging you twice the amount of money just to get it to your home. The CEO last year, according to the Boston Globe, the base salary, his salary, annual salary, is $1.38 million. Yet, he was awarded another $15 million. This is coming out of our pockets. $15 million in bonuses, and it's based on how the company does. When you get your gas bill, how many of you here know that you're being charged 3 times the rate that the gas cost? How many of you know that? How many of you would like to see something change? Just imagine if you could put aside $1,000 a month. If your bill is supposed to be $500 and it's $1,500, what would you be able to do as far as educating your children? Fixing your homes? The CEO is getting a bonus of $15 million. It's coming out of our pockets. What are we going to do about it? I just found out that folks are here talking about rent increases and so forth. What about if you were able to cut down on your rental fees by 2/3? How would that impact you? How would that change your life? I understand that they're in business to make money, but look at what gas costs today. Today, gas went by about, on the open market, by something like $6 a barrel. How much did you pay for gas before this war started? How much are you paying now? And with that increase in the gas that this energy company is paying, they're going to increase the cost of gas. So for every dollar it's supposed to go up, you're really paying $3 more. Something's got to be done. What are you going to do about it? You're here for rent control. I believe that's why you're here tonight. What about getting together in the same numbers to try to reduce that expensive cost of energy? Thank you, Madam President. I appreciate the time.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. Next, before I go any further, I forgot to welcome my colleagues on the council. We have Councilor Martin, Councilor Perez, Councilor Govan, Councilor Walsh, Councilor Hurst, Councilor Click Bruce here in person, and online we have Councilor Victor Davila. Next is Joseph Bonilla? Bonilla? Yeah, Joseph Bonilla, from Neighbor to Neighbor to present on rent control. Please state your name and address for the record, and you will have 3 minutes to speak.
Thank you, Madam President. My name is Joseph Bonilla. I live on 134 Massachusetts Avenue, Springfield, MA. All right. So good evening, Springfield City Council and my fellow neighbors. My name is Joseph. I'm here tonight in strong support of rent stabilization and stronger tenant protections in Massachusetts. We are living through a housing crisis that is no longer simply about affordability. It is about dignity, economic sustainability, and the future of our Commonwealth. Massachusetts is one of the most expensive states in the nation, yet wages for working people have not kept pace with the rising cost of simply living here. What a shame. That growing imbalance is placing extraordinary strain on residents and creating a dangerous reality. The people we rely on to sustain our communities can increasingly no longer afford to remain there. Here in Springfield, nearly half of renters are rent burdened, spending more than 30% of their income on housing alone. More spend up to 50%, all while facing rising costs for food, healthcare, transportation, childcare. That is not sustainable. And the consequences extend far beyond individual households. The widening gap between wages and housing costs is pushing young people like myself out of Springfield and increasingly out of Massachusetts altogether. Recent graduates, early career professionals, teachers, healthcare workers, public servants, and essential workers are finding that despite working hard and contributing meaningfully, like we were told to do so, they cannot afford to build stable lives in the very communities that they are being asked to sustain. This is not merely a housing issue, it is an economic one. Massachusetts cannot remain competitive if it becomes unaffordable for its workforce to live here. If this trajectory continues, we will lose critical workforce infrastructure. We will lose the teachers who educate our children, the healthcare workers who take care of our families, the public servants who keep our communities functioning, and the young professionals whose energy and innovation will shape our future. At its core, this is a question of dignity. Dignity means that a person who works full-time should be able to afford safe and stable housing. It means that families should not live one rent increase away from displacement. It means creating conditions for people not merely to survive, but to build rooted, productive, and self-determined lives. Rent stabilization is a practical and measured response. It is not about halting development or unfairly burdening property owners. Cities like New York, Los Angeles, and municipalities across New Jersey show that strong tenant protections can coexist with economic growth and new housing development. Housing policy is workforce policy. So if Massachusetts is serious about retaining talent, strengthening local economies, and building long-term prosperity, then we must create policies that support the people who make that prosperity possible. Rent stabilization is one of such policies. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Joseph. With 5 seconds to spare, okay. I have another neighbor-to-neighbor person, but no name. Is there anyone else from neighbor to neighbor that will be speaking today? Yes. Okay. Please state your name and address for the record.
Nevaeh Cruz,
All right.
6 Eaton Street, Springfield, Mass.
Thank you. You have 3 minutes.
Good evening, City Councilors. My name is Nevaeh Cruz, and I am a member of Neighbor to Neighbor, organizing for housing justice in our community. We believe housing is a human right, not a luxury. Yet many families in Springfield and across Massachusetts are being pushed away out by rising rent, unsafe housing conditions, and the constant fear of displacement. Working families, seniors, immigrants, and longtime residents are struggling to remain in the communities they helped build. Our organization supports rent stabilization because communities deserve tools that keep housing affordable, stable, and people-centered. Rent stabilization is not about stopping development. It is about creating balance, accountability, and protections that allow people to stay rooted in their neighborhoods. When rent rises faster than wages, families are forced to make impossible choices between paying rent, buying food, accessing medicine, or caring for their children. Stable housing creates stronger neighborhoods, healthier families, and better outcome for children and safer communities. My personal story reflects on these challenges. When I was searching for housing, most apartments were far beyond my budget. I eventually ended up living in a group home because even the organization helping me struggled to find affordable units. Another barrier was finding landlords willing to accept the RAP program, even though it was designed to help people stay housed. My personal story reflects these challenges. When I was searching for housing, most apartments were far beyond my budget. I eventually ended up living in a... Oh, no, that's the wrong part. Thank you.
Thank you, Nevaeh. Next, we have Chris Brown from Pioneer Valley Project. Please state your name and address for the record.
Christopher Brown, 282 Locust Street.
You have 3 minutes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, members of Springfield City Council and residents. My name is Chris Brown, as you heard, lifelong resident of Springfield. At the end of January, we reached out to the city councilor members requesting meetings to learn more about their perspective on the city budget and how you engage your residents in your work on the city budget. We also reached out to the mayor, Sarno, for a meeting with no avail. We did get the pleasure to meet with 8 out of 13 city council members, and we appreciate every meeting and the time that they dedicated to us. These conversations were at times encouraging, also at times difficult. One thing that we're clear about is that we are committed to a transparent city budget process that engages residents. Unfortunately, this is not what we have in the city of Springfield. I want to be honest about what that process felt like. It was not simple. Our experiences raised a real concern. If it's challenging for organized residents to even get a meeting with our councilors, what does that say about the accessibility of the budget process for other residents who aren't organized? We were told to attend budget hearings. The mayor sometimes holds them at 11 a.m., city council sometimes at 5 p.m. I don't know about anybody else here, but I work a 9 to 5. Public notices in these hearings is posted in the basement here in City Hall, 48 hours beforehand, in a building that's open 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. The reality makes it very difficult, if not impossible, for some residents to become aware of these budget hearings, let alone attend them. Some Facebook posts might come out day of, day before, but the city budget affects everything and everyone. It determines whether young people have a safe and modernized recreational center. It determines whether neighborhoods are maintained and whether our schools and resources of our students and teachers are being met. The city budget impacts daily life across every part of Springfield. Even with the challenges that we've experienced, we're still here and we're still organizing. And we're still hopeful and we still believe that the city of Springfield is down for a community-driven budget process. Yes, you voted last week to pass the budget for the fiscal year of 27. Some of you might tell us we're too late, but we're not. We're right on time. We simply want a city budget process that works for us, that is transparent and puts priorities in the center of the process. This is why we want to bring participatory budgeting to the city of Springfield. And we look forward to meeting and working with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Next, we have Alejandra Morales. Name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes.
Hi, good afternoon, members of the City Council. My name is Alejandra. My residency is Liberty Heights. I am a lifelong Springfield resident, mother, leader with Pioneer Valley Project, and organizer in the local Party for Socialism and Liberation branch. I am here today to speak about what I've experienced, trying to understand our current budget process. Right now, the budget process is not accessible in any meaningful way to most residents. It was difficult, nearly impossible, to find clear information about when budget meetings were happening. As Chris said, many of them were scheduled at times that most working people simply cannot attend. That alone creates a barrier between the public and the decisions that shape our city. It causes us to question if our elected officials really want us to be a part of the process. Residents are often blamed for not showing up. We are told that we don't care, and let's not pretend that this narrative isn't directed at certain groups of residents in our city. When I looked at the proposed city budget, it was difficult to follow. For example, we have a category called Other in the budget. This category makes up $98 million, or 9.45% of the overall budget. On page 30 of the executive summary, I read this, begin quote, Other. This category includes other payments made on behalf of the city to varying entities, including the payment of the Springfield Museums Association, the contract with the Springfield Parking Authority, and the city's reserve for emergency expenses that may come up throughout the year, end quote. What does this actually mean? Why isn't there any more specific information than this? The lack of clear itemization makes it hard to trace how public dollars move from allocation to impact. This is not just a technical issue. It is a trust issue. When budgets are hard to read, when meetings are hard to attend, and when information is not clearly organized or explained, the result is that residents are excluded from the process. That is why we are mounting a campaign for participatory budgeting in Springfield. Not because we are finished with this conversation, but because we are just getting started. We believe that residents deserve a direct voice in how a portion of the public funds are spent, and a system that is transparent enough to understand without needing specialized training. Springfield deserves a budget process that is open, understandable, and truly accountable to the people it serves. Thank you and have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, Alejandra. Dominique Boyd. Please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes.
My name is Dominique Boyd, 62 Whittier Street, Springfield, Massachusetts. Good evening, City Council members, neighbors, and residents of Springfield. Once again, my name is Dominique Eugene Boyd, and I'm a lifelong resident and leader with PVP. I'm here tonight because I believe the people of Springfield deserve a real voice on how public money should be spent. That's why I'm speaking in support of participatory budgeting and our call for Springfield to dedicate 1% of the city's overall budget directly to the people. As you can see, we are not here alone tonight. Participatory budgeting is more than just a policy idea. It's an opportunity to build trust between residents and city leadership. It creates a process where everyday people, the same people raising families here, working here, struggling here, and investing their lives here to put forth and bring forth ideas that directly improve our neighborhoods. We feel strongly disconnected from the city budget process and from the decisions that happen at City Hall. Participatory budgeting changes that by inviting residents into the process instead of leaving us on the sidelines. Right now, the budget process puts us on the sidelines. Participatory budgeting is a win-win for everyone, and that's the kicker. Everyone wins. For city leaders particularly, budgeting provides something valuable that you cannot always find in reports or on spreadsheets. Direct insight into the hearts, minds, and needs of the people who are elected to serve. Through proposal ideas, you get a clear picture of what residents are experiencing every single day. You get to see where communities are hurting, where creativity exists, and where investment is truly needed. PB will inspire civic participation and demonstrate that Springfield is serious about partnering with residents in the city budget process. Participatory budgeting is not just about dollars. It's about dignity. It's about trust. It's about building a stronger Springfield together. While most city councilors voted to approve the fiscal year 27 budget, we remain concerned that none of you, more importantly, none of us, know specifically how our dollars are being spent in this upcoming year, line by line. That's why we are submitting a public records request to obtain the adopted city budget, including line-by-line expenditures. This is our money. Transparency is essential. We can't imagine why there would be any issue with us proposing the city sharing an itemized budget with us, your beloved residents. Budgets are moral documents. Our precious public resources must be used in service of all of the residents, keeping our financial obligations and addressing the pressing issues in our city. This is but one more reason why participatory budgeting is so important for us here in Springfield. It ensures that residents have a real say in what our spending priorities are, and it puts those priorities directly into action in real ways. Tonight is certainly not the end. It actually is just the beginning. We hope you can see that our residents deserve to make real decisions on how our money is being spent. We all love Springfield, the city of first, the city of homes, the city of hope. So with that being said, I'm Dominique Eugene Boyd. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dominique. Nicole Coakley, please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you. Hi, Nicole Coakley, address 145 Bristol Street. Good evening, Madam President of the City Council and members of City Council. My name is Nicole Coakley. I am a Springfield resident, community advocate, mother of 5, and someone who continuously shows up for this community because I believe our people deserve leaders who are present, accessible, and engaged. Tonight, I'm speaking in support of Councilor Jerry Martin and a call for councilors to attend meetings in person whenever possible. Our residents show up in person, seniors take buses, parents arrange childcare, and working people show up in person after long shifts because they care deeply about what happens in this chamber. I believe our elected officials should make every effort to show that same level of commitment and presence. Many of you councilors showed up in person before COVID, showing your commitment to the betterment of our city and allowing community members the opportunity to always put a face with the community leader's name. In-person participation strengthens communication, collaboration, and accountability. It allows councilors to engage not only with one another, but with the people they were elected to serve. Body language matters, relationship building matters, presence matters. Visibility is a part of public service. This is not about punishment or politics. It is about restoring public confidence and setting a standard that says leadership requires showing up, especially during difficult conversations and important decisions that impact our neighborhoods. Technology has its place, especially during emergencies or unavoidable circumstances, but virtual attendance should not become the norm when residents are expected to physically participate in their own government in person. Residents deserve more than a screen. They deserve representation. People want transparency. They want accessibility. Most importantly, they want leaders who are visible and engaged in the community. As a mother of 5, I understand the demands and responsibilities that come with balancing life, work, and service. Yet I still continuously show up for my community because I believe leadership means being present even when it's difficult. There is no community without unity, and sometimes unity starts with simply showing up in the same room, listening to one another, and doing work together. This is a call to action. And my ask is that the council as a whole comes together to create a solution and not everything fall on one of the youngest and newest councilors to figure it out. Teamwork matters, and the teamwork makes the dream work. Showing up in person is not a hard ask. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Before we go any further, I meant to acknowledge Councilor Fenton and Councilor Edwards that joined us. Next on the agenda is Corrine Durham. Please state your name and address for the record, and you also have 3 minutes.
Thank you, President Whitfield.
You're welcome.
My name is Corey Durham, and I've lived on Caitlin Drive for 38 years. I'm here to speak in favor of Councilor Martin's resolution on a return to in-person meetings for city councilors. As a former labor leader, I think that if it's safe enough for employees to return to City Hall, then it's safe enough for city councilors to come to the chambers for in-person meetings. Number 2 is a career rehabilitation counselor working with people who had disabilities. I support the resolution because it includes reasonable accommodations for persons with disabilities or hardships to be able to utilize remote technology when needed. As a licensed counselor, I encourage in-person meetings to help facilitate effective group communication. Zoom meetings can be effective for short updates and training, whereas in-person meetings are more effective for information sharing, generation of new ideas, team building, developing mutual trust, facilitating stronger engagement, and allowing for better focus by all participants. Number 4, as a taxpayer, I believe that the $28,000 annual stipend more than adequately covers the cost of transportation to attend in-person meetings. Unlike the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, where there may be difficulties expanding participation due to distance, we are talking about traveling within the city of Springfield limits. Number 5, as a voter, I expect my elected officials to be present, fully engaged, and working together in the same room to share ideas and information so that well-informed decisions can be made regarding our residents in our city. Many of the decisions that you make have a strong impact on our city, our residents, and our neighborhoods. This is the only time that you meet as a full body. Number 6, as a person who had a career as a civil servant, serving the community of Springfield, and has been on many boards and commissions, I hope that you would agree that it is an honor and a privilege to serve the people. Your work as a governing body is critical, and I commend Councilor Martin for trying to bring you all together as a council and for bringing this important resolution before this body and the citizens of Springfield. Thank you. And for the councilors that might be stuck in the graduation traffic, I did bring copies for them so they would be able to hear my comments.
Thank you, Corrine. Erica Cruz, please state your name and address for the record. You have 3 minutes.
Good evening, Council President and the City Council's members. My name is Erica Cruz, and I live at 155 Allen Park Road, and I'm a constituent of Ward 7 in the City of Springfield. I'm here tonight to speak in support of the City Councilor Jerry Martin's greater in-person participation by elected officials at regular meetings, city council meetings, and public speakouts. I believe that city councilors should attend these meetings in person and reserve Zoom participation for genuine emergencies, illnesses, and significant hardships. This is not a partisan issue. It's an issue about public trust, transparency, accountability, and civic engagement. The City of Springfield has expressed the desire to increase civic engagement and encourage more residents to become involved in local government. I support that goal. However, if we want residents to show up to the City of Springfield and City Hall, participate in public speakouts, attend meetings, and engage in democratic processes, then our elected officials must lead by example by showing up as well. The people people of Springfield elected councilors to represent them, listen to their concerns, and participate in the public business of the city. While technology has provided valuable flexibility, especially during emergencies, in-person attendance should remain a standard in regular city council meetings and public speakouts. There is value in being physically present. When councilors attend meetings in person, constituents can see the elected officials represent. When constituents can see that elected representations are actively engaged in the work that they are elected to do. It creates opportunities for direct interaction, it strengthens communication, and demonstrates a commitment to public service. Being present in these chambers helps foster transparency and reminds residents that their voices matter. Trust in government is built through visibility, consistency, and accountability. Across many communities, voter turnout and civic participation remains a challenge. While there are many factors that influence voter engagement, public trust plays a significant role. Residents are more likely to participate when they believe government is accessible, responsive, and committed to serving the public. Springfield wants to increase civic engagement, then government must continue taking steps to earn and strengthen the public's trust. One meaningful step is ensuring that elected officials are present in the seats that the voters entrusted them to occupy. The seats in this chamber represent the confidence that residents place in the elected officials that they decided to vote for. Showing up in person demonstrates respect for that responsibility and for the constituents who took the time to vote for the elected officials. I respectfully encourage the City Council to promote a culture where in-person attendance is regular in City Council meetings and public speakouts. It is an expectation for us to show up, so we expect that in return. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, Erica. Our final speaker is Kathy McGew. Hopefully I said it right. State your name and address.
Yes, you did.
Thanks, for the record.
Good evening, Madam President.
evening.
Kathy McGew. I'm here representing the Behavioral Health Network, 417 Liberty Street in Springfield. BHN is the Community Behavioral Health Center for Lower Hampton County, which includes the city of Springfield, and it is our mandate to serve the community. One of the things that we're trying to do is hear more from the community what is needed around mental health. So we've launched a series of listening sessions. The first one will be this Thursday, specifically in the Mason Square neighborhood, addressing the needs in the elder community, partnering with Commissioner Carlton Harris on that listening session, just to hear from folks at the Raven A. Jordan Senior Center what it is that they need from their community behavioral health center. We're doing a public session in Mason Square neighborhood also on June 18th at 5:30 in the evening. I did bring some flyers. Wanted to alert the City Council to that and also to invite you to partner with us. Our goal isn't to ask people to come to us. Our goal is to go to the communities where people already gather and already have engagement to say, what do you need from us? So I would invite you please to reach out to me and we can coordinate a time. Councillor Govan is in regular communications, the chair of the Mental Health Committee. So please reach out and let us know how we can better meet the needs of the community. I do have some flyers that I can leave for you all.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. That concludes our public speak out portion of the Springfield City Council meeting. Because we have such a full list, we have no break time. We will transition right into the regular meeting as soon as our city clerk takes a seat. We're going to ask that you hold all conversations in the hall because we do have to get started with our regular meeting of the City Council. And please be mindful that we are in session and keep noise to a minimum, please. One minute? Okay.
Recording in progress.
Hi, how are you? Happy belated birthday. How are you? Oh yeah, no, I'm going. Oh, did you find her flower? You're so kind. How sweet. Now I feel like candy. Well, very good. That's all right. Good to see you. That's great. No, you're right. That's great.
I think I like banging that. Ready? We're going to ask if you want to have conversations to move them to the hall. Today is Monday, June 1st, 2026, and we will now start the regular City Council meeting. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilor Santinello.
Present.
Present. Councilor Martin.
Present.
Present. Councilor Perez.
Present.
Present. Councilor Brown. Absent. Councilor Govan.
Present.
Present. Councilor Walsh.
Present.
Present. Councilor Hurst.
Present.
Present. Councilor Davila. Absent. Councilor Fenton.
Present.
Present. Councilor Delgado. Absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Present.
Present. Councilor Edwards.
Present.
Present. Councilor Whitfield.
Present. Will councilors and our guests please stand for a moment of silence? Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are there any reports of committee? Councilor Govan.
Thank you, Madam President. We had a Finance Committee this afternoon at 3 o'clock. You were in attendance as well as Councilor Davila and myself. We went over the CPA items that will be presented at our June 22nd meeting, and we reviewed some of the finance items for today's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Govan. Any other reports of committee? Councilor, can you please acknowledge Councilor Davila? Councilor in seat 7?
Councilor Davila.
Thank you, Madam Clerk, Madam President, Madam Clerk.
8.
Good evening, everybody. Let me just get my glasses real quick. So the Environment Committee met twice. We met on May 26th, and present was, myself and Mike Jacob, and we were talking about, this particular day, we were talking about the enforcement of illegal dumping throughout the city, regarding not only the dumping laws, but Madam President, can we? Sure.
No, not the door, we gotta leave it open, but they're gonna have to take the conversation outside. Is that good, Counselor?
Yeah, okay. Everybody hear me okay? Okay.
You're good.
I'm going to start again, Madam President. The Environment and Sustainability Environment Committee met twice on May 26. The first meeting at 3 o'clock was attended by myself, by Code Enforcement Jacob, was also attended by Director Tom Ash, Peter Kupchak, Joe McCarthy, and Sergeant Cotilier from the Springfield Police Department. Present was also Councilor Hurst and yourself, Madam President. President Whitfield. We talked about illegal dumping laws, cleanup efforts, and city response procedures. We reviewed the concerns regarding illegal dumping site on Orleans Street, including enforcement, timelines, and interdepartmental coordination. We also discussed the use of 311 system for reporting complaints, anchoring warnings and fine procedures, and possible legal action for continued violations. We also are going to be looking at how the system talks to each other, because it appears that not all the department heads are not really talking to each other when it comes to illegal dumping efforts throughout the city. The other meeting was also held at 4 o'clock on the 26th, and that was attended again by myself, yourself, Madam President Whitfield, and DPW Chris Signoli, DPW Director Chris Signoli. And in this meeting, we had an update from a previous meeting, which we talked about pothole repairs throughout the city. I am pleased to report to this beloved committee that the Department of Public Works has fixed 1,774 potholes throughout the city since early spring. Residents are continuing to encourage to call 311 if they see a pothole, even throughout the year, so that they can go out and start fixing it right away. Those are my report, Madam President. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Counselor. Thank you, Counselor Davila. Any other reports of committee? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on the reports of committee?
On acceptance of the reports of committee, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown. Absent, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado. Absent, Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes, item approved. Madam Clerk, will you please call the first item on the agenda?
The first item is the confirmation of appointment to the Springfield Redevelopment Authority of Angela Rivera.
Aishala, will you please join the podium, give your name and address for the record? Councilor Hurst will begin.
Thank you, Madam President. We did have a general government meeting to talk to Angela a bit about her desire to be appointed to the Springfield Redevelopment Authority. I was joined by myself, Councilor Martin, as well as Councilor Edwards, and you, Madam President, briefly. During that meeting, Angela clearly is an excellent fit for the Springfield Redevelopment Authority. Mayor Sarno also wrote his letter of approval for Angela to the Springfield Redevelopment Authority, and we unanimously voted to bring it to the committee, as well as voting in favor of her being appointed to the Springfield Redevelopment Authority. So with that said, we'd love to hear from you, Angela.
I was there briefly, but I didn't know the meeting was going to be like 4 minutes. So I came 6 minutes in, but I was there. But yes, we would like to hear from you and some of your experience and why you would want to join the Redevelopment Authority, Springfield Redevelopment Authority.
Thank you for having me. My name is Angela Rivera. I reside at 132 Fort Pleasant Avenue, and I am interested in serving on the Springfield Redevelopment Authority because first, I believe in Springfield, and I believe in redevelopment and economic opportunities for the people. Redevelopment is not just about the people, it's about jobs, creating more economic development in Springfield, Mass. It's about creating opportunities and providing better qualities of life. My experience comes from both my business and community development. I am the founder of a freight brokerage, CCR Freight Logistics, and I also have a nonprofit called TradeCorps, where I specialize in transportation and trades.
Thank you. Before we continue, Madam Clerk, will you please recognize Counselor in seat number 4?
Counselor Brown.
Present.
Present.
Thank you. Any questions or comments for Aisha Rivera? Counselor Perez.
So I met, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Ashela, this past weekend at the Democratic Convention, we went to the affirmative action meeting, and she was so engaged. And then we spoke, and then she had informed me that seeing her in action was a dynamic woman, so I know she'll be doing great in this appointment. And thank you. Nice seeing you again.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Perez. Counselor Govan.
Thank you, Madam President. And I've watched Aisha over the last few years, I think, grow. You got her degree in addition to having her own business and doing the work that she's doing that's supporting our community. I also think she'd be a great addition to the Springfield Redevelopment Authority.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Govan. Counselor Fenton.
Thank you, Madam President. I know Angela. I know the work that she does in the transportation sector. I think she'd be a wonderful addition to the Springfield Redevelopment Authority. Thank you for your interest and for volunteering for this and all the other endeavors you do in the city of Springfield. I just want to say that it's important, this position, particularly at this time in Springfield's history. The SRA is doing a lot of work, Angela, in downtown, and it's hard to really think back to a time when the SRA was really more involved in downtown real estate, unless you go back to when we built the new Basketball Hall of Fame the last time. So there's a lot of work to be done. I know you're the right person for the job and happy to support you tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Fenton. Counselor Edwards.
First, thank you, Mr. President. I want to echo all the sentiments that have been said and say I personally know this young lady and I'm very proud of her. I believe it's my honor and pleasure to welcome her to this role. I can assure you that she brings the correct temperament. She's willing to learn, and we've had lots of conversations about her future in the city of Springfield. She's one of our own, homegrown. I'm very exceedingly proud of her, and if I'm smiling a little bit, which I usually don't very often, it's because of my relationship with this young lady and my pride in who she is and what she's accomplished in the time that I've had the pleasure and honor of knowing her. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Edwards. Counselor Santinello.
Yeah, I just want to say that her explanation and her presentation on what the SRA does was spot on. Very impressed with the way she presented that, and I'm going to vote in favor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Santinello. Counselor Martin.
Yes, thank you so much for, being a part of Springfield. I've gotten to know you the past few years. You're an extremely bright woman and have a bright future ahead of you, and I'm very excited. I can't wait to vote for you today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Counselor Davila.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, like you, I came in at meeting number 6 on that meeting. That was by far the quickest meeting. Councilor Hurst takes the cake on that one. That was the quickest meeting. So I would like the record to reflect that I was briefly present, like yourself, Madam President. No, in all seriousness. It had to be a quick meeting because Alicia is well known throughout the city. I have to say, Madam President, that I've been watching and learning about Alicia for a little while now. And one of the things that really impressed me is her enthusiasm, her drive to have a company and even doing not only but Fright, but also doing mentorship, I believe, or as well, so some real estate as well. And I think that's fantastic for not only a young woman, but a young woman of color. With that drive, it really impresses me. And I cannot also say that, say about your husband, which I believe I might have seen here. Where is he?
It's right there.
Oh, he's okay. And so you will be a wonderful addition to the SRA. I will be more than happy to go for it. And I'm sure they're going to be bringing that enthusiasm and that thoroughness that you bring to the table. And I'll be happy in about a few seconds to call you Commissioner Rivera.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Counselor. Any others? Counselor Walsh?
Yeah, thank you, Madam President, and I would just like to congratulate you and thank you for your interest in the city of Springfield. I'm very impressed with all your qualifications, and I also will be voting for your appointment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Walsh. Well, I'm going to say Aishala ditto to everything everybody else said.
Thank you.
Yes, very proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else? Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the appointment to the SRA.
On approval, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado. Absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes. Item approved. Congratulations, Aishala. The item number 2 is for informational purposes only and will be referred to the Planning Committee. Madam Clerk, please call item number 3 on the agenda.
Item 3 is the April Revenue versus Expenditure Report.
Director Burns, please state your name and address for the record.
Thank you, Madam President. Patrick Burns, 90 Clement Street, Springfield. Tonight, I'm presenting the April Revenue versus Expenditure Report to the Council. This includes the first 10 months of fiscal year 2026. As you can see from the report, our revenue is at $890.4 million, or 87% of budget, while our expenditures are at $831.2 million, or 81% of budget. That is normal this time of year, as the fourth quarter tax bill was due on May 1st, so we have approximately 94% of our tax revenue, yet we're only 83.3% through the fiscal year.
Thank you. Pat, any questions or comments from councilors? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On approval, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh. Yes, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Counselor Walsh, did you say Counselor Walsh?
She said yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado. Absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes, item approved. Madam Clerk, will you please call items 4, 5, and 6? We call the roll on items 4, 5, and 6 as they are under our $100,000 threshold.
On approval of 4, 5, and 6, which is the donation of goods for elder affairs, golf for kids, and FY26 MBLC state aid grant increase. Counselor Santinello?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Martin?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Perez?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh?
We're having a problem.
Yes. I keep looking at everybody's microphones. Counselor Walsh? Yes, Counselor Davila?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado? Absent, Counselor Click Bruce?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield?
Yes, items approved. Madam Clerk, please call the next item on the agenda.
The next item is the Community Development FY27 Emergency Solutions Grant in the amount of $322,650.
Wait, can you repeat that amount?
$322,650?
Yep. 650. Thank you. Please state your name and address for the record.
Tina Quagliato Sullivan, 19 Bedford Road, Springfield, and I apologize, I have a little bit of laryngitis happening.
Okay, hope you feel better.
The Emergency Solutions Grant is an annual federal entitlement grant. The purpose of that grant is to address emergency housing issues for those experiencing homelessness or at imminent risk of homelessness. It funds programs like emergency shelter, street outreach, and rapid rehousing.
Thank you. Any questions from counselors? Seeing none, Madam
Yes.
Clerk. Yep. Who was that?
I have-
Counselor Santinello?
Yeah. Yep. Many of our emergency shelters are at maximum capacity now. How does this address that?
Hi, Jerry McCafferty, Director of Housing and Homelessness Policy. Some of this funding will go to an emergency shelter that is opened seasonally in the winter. It will help the shelter that has taken place in the last 2 winters in Mason Square by providing partial funding for that next winter.
But we are at capacity now, aren't we, other than the winter time for homelessness, for the shelters?
Yes, we are at capacity.
And how do you see the future on that? Getting worse?
We actually had a slight drop in homelessness over the last year because we housed quite a few people, and we have 36 units of permanent housing coming online as of August 1st, which will provide some relief. And I think providers are working very hard to house people, but certainly, yes, we have, we are just at capacity and so are working as fast as we can to house people. And that's really the preferred response over adding more shelter at this point, except for in the emergency of the winter situation.
Yeah, now do we have people that are living in cars and in tents throughout the city?
We do have some, yes.
Do you know how many?
We have pretty extensive outreach that, and this grant, in fact, is one of the sources of funding for outreach, and outreach workers are engaging with people living in those circumstances and trying to get them resolved in multiple different ways. Shelter is only sort of one of the possible resolutions.
Thank you so much, and I just want to commend you for the great job you're doing.
Thank you.
Santinello, any other counselors? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On acceptance of the grant, Counselor Santinello?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Martin? Yes. Yes, Counselor Perez?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado, absent. Counselor Click Bruce?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes, item approved. Madam Clerk, please call item number 8.
Item 8 is Community Development FY27 Home Entitlement Grant in the amount of $1,461,823.34.
Tina, you have the floor.
This is the Home Investment Partnership Program grant. It's an annual federal entitlement grant that funds various affordable housing activities. Programs funded under here include down payment assistance, affordable home ownership, tenant-based rental assistance, and multifamily rental housing.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from councilors?
Yep.
Councilor Perez?
So my question is, are we still gonna do the home time homeowners, like we did with the program that we had the lottery, like the Jefferson housing? If that goes under that grant, Tina?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's typically where that falls, and we actually have a couple of houses currently that are available for applications for lottery.
Thank you. It's a very good program. And I think that we need to work harder instead of the rental housing more people as homeowners. Great program. Congratulations, because I've been part of that and I've seen the changes in the family. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Perez. Councilor Santinello?
Yeah, I just want to say that there was a meeting several months ago, and I know that Council President Whitfield brought up the issue of making sure that notifications and the public gets to know about all these different programs that they can apply for. How do you get the word out on this?
So for these programs, typically the word goes out through press release. It goes in email notification to all of the counselors, all of the neighborhood councils. We post them on social media. It typically goes out to all the media outlets. And then we distribute flyers on most of these programs throughout the city at places like community centers, neighborhood councils. We have done some through the libraries and the Parent and Community Engagement Center.
Thank you.
Councilor Govan?
Thank you, Madam President. Tina, I forgot to ask you in the meeting earlier, will this help with new housing, building new units, or no?
Yes.
It will. Okay, great. Thank you. And you're doing great work as usual.
Thank you, Councilor Govan. Any other questions or comments from councilors? Councilor Click Bruce?
Thank you, Madam President. Tina, is there any way we can look to do robocalls to get out to the residents?
We could certainly look into it. I'm willing to look into it, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful because a lot of our, when we're going out in our communities, a lot of residents saying they're not aware of these opportunities. So I think a robocall will be a great addition to help spread the word.
Yeah, I will say we have gotten more folks in the past year and a half showing up to our public hearings and applying for programs like nonprofit rehab and public service than we have in years past. So, but we're willing to look into any outreach recommendations and see if they could work.
Thank you. That'll be helpful. And then if you can just follow back with us and let us know where we're at with that, because a lot of times, we say, and I'll forget. So if we can just definitely keep this abreast, even if it's a no, let us know so that way we can go back to our constituents as well.
Sure.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilor Click Bruce. Any others? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On acceptance, Counselor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado absent. Counselor Click Bruce.
Yes, sorry.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes, item approved. Madam Clerk, please call the next item on the agenda.
Item 9 is a Community Development Block Grant Entitlement Grant in the amount of $3,681,050.
Are you speaking to this too, Tina? Okay.
So this is the Community Development Block Grant Program. It's an annual federal entitlement grant that funds a variety of community development and housing activities that are intended to benefit low and moderate income households and neighborhoods throughout the city. It funds really a wide array of activities, from parks, sidewalks, to public service, to the city's emergency repair program, nonprofit rehab, graffiti remediation, small business assistance, public art. It supplements the heating system repair program as well.
Any questions from councilors? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On acceptance, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado, absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes, item approved. Madam Clerk, please call item number 10.
Item 10 is Community Development FY27 HUD Continuum of Care Grant in the amount of $10,358,841.
Thank you. Jerry, please state your name and address for the record.
Hello, Jerry McCafferty, 114 Francis Street, Springfield. This is a competitive HUD grant that we receive on behalf of the Continuum of Care for Hampden County. It covers the whole county. This is for the permanent solutions to homelessness. It funds a variety of kinds of housing programs, primarily permanent supportive housing, as well as time-limited rental assistance. It is, while I've said it is competitive, this year, there was no competition because there was a lawsuit that stopped it, so HUD has automatically renewed the prior year grant. So this is a renewal of a grant we accepted and spent in the current year.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On acceptance, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Recuse.
Recuse, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh. Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado, absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes, item approved. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
Next item is the Cable Peg Access Grant for, or franchise fee, $121,430.16.
Good evening. Please state your name and address for the record.
Kathy Bona, Ocala Road. This is a quarterly payment we receive from Comcast. We take the funds in, and then we give these funds to Focus Springfield to pay for their services.
Thank you, Kathy. Any questions? Councilor Davila?
Thank you, Madam President. Kathy, good to see you. I do recall in past, maybe it was last year, that this amount had decreased. Is that the trend that we still see, a decrease in this amount?
Yes, it is. It actually went up from the last quarter, but we are seeing a yearly decrease, yes, Councilor.
How much did it go up by, roughly, if you know?
It went between 24 and 25, it went down 84,000, and between 25 and 26, it went down 56,000.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you had explained to us it was due to a decrease in Comcast subscribers. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that trend still holds. Okay. All right. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Madam President.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On approval, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Martin. Away, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh. Yes. Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado, absent. Counselor Cliff Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes, item approved. Madam Clerk, please call the next item. Oh, can we recognize the vote for Counselor Martin on the last vote?
Counselor Martin on number 11.
Thank you, Madam President. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Next item.
Next item is an FY25 free cash to EPA grant transfer in the amount of $12,920.37.
Me again. This is, if council recalls, the $20 million EPA grant that they gave us. They took it away, they gave it back, they took it away. This was there's a deficit balance in the grant. They had to show they were moving it forward so that we could hopefully get it back. It is in court. There was a hearing the other day. I think there's a small chance we might get it. I don't know, but there was a deficit in that. We have submitted quarterly reports to the EPA asking for this money. We haven't gotten yet. We will continue to do that, but we do need to fund the deficit for year end. If we do end up getting it, it will then just flow back into free cash. So I'm asking for $12,920.37 from free cash.
Thank you, Kathy. Any questions or comments? Councilor Perez?
I have a question. If it's still in litigation, it's appropriate to just pay it?
We have to fund the deficit in the grant before year end. So that's why I'm asking you to fund it. And then if it does come in, it will go back into the free cash. But we can't close out the grant in a deficit position knowing that right now, we don't have the grant. We don't have, it's been terminated.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the item.
On approval, Counselor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Perez.
Yes?
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado, absent. Counselor Cliff Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes, item approved. Madam Clerk, please call number 14.
Item 13 is a budget transfer across departments in the amount of $121,500.
Me. Every year, at the end of the year, I come before you to transfer money out of reserve for contingencies, which is budgeted at $250,000 for departments that have overspent due to increased costs. For example, and some of those departments, our building code needs $20,000 for deficit in postage and fuel. Clerks, increase in advertising costs of $15,000. Comptrollers, $1,500. They had new staff and they had to go through training. Comptroller's state assessment, it was a projected deficit. It was based on school Medicaid. Department of Capital Assets, we actually hired a new senior project manager. School department's paying for half that salary, and that was due to the amount of projects they now have going on. So there's a $25,000 request there. Elder Affairs, there was an unbudgeted increase for the new senior center coordinator. That person was hired in June of ~25, and it was after the budget was passed. So that's $5,000. And then procurement is short $25,000 in advertising. It's hard to judge how many bids, et cetera, they're going to have, and the advertising costs go up. So it's 20. I'm asking for $25,000 there. That's a total of $121,500, leaving a balance in contingency of $128,500.
Thank you, Kathy. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on item 13.
On approval, Counselor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Perez.
Yes?
Yes, Counselor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado, absent. Counselor Cliff Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes, item approved. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
Next item is FY25 free cash to benefits in the amount of $625,000.
We're asking for $625,000 from free cash. $450,000 is for the health insurance. We reduced the health insurance appropriation in FY26 because the previous year we had over budgeted, and this year we ran a shortage. It's hard to judge because it's people moving on different insurances. More people come on the insurance. It is only 1.4% over budget. The whole budget for the insurance, health insurance, is $31.3 million, but we did have a shortage of $450,000 that we're asking you to appropriate. The medical costs, I have Bill Mahoney here who can speak to the medical costs that were over by $175,000.
Good evening, Councilors. Bill Mahoney, Director of HR and Labor Relations. We've had a spate of workers' compensation claims. Our third quarter numbers is the highest we've had in the last 5 years. We're up about 16.8% on the number of claims that have come in. I don't know if I can attribute that just to a hard winter or what we're going to attribute to at this point, but that's driving some of the costs. Also, some of our surgeries have been extremely expensive. Our highest one that I could find was $104,000, which is a lot of money for a surgery. And we've had a number of them come in, largely from police and fire, and we need to get these bills paid to make sure that we can get our employees back to work as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill and Kathy. Any questions? Councilor Santinello?
Yeah, on those, what'd you say, workman's comp claims?
Yes, Councilor, it's workers' comp and it's injured on duty, all on the city side of government.
All right, is that mostly from the DPW?
Well, the workers' comp claims, we have a number from DPW. Yes, we've had a lot of medical treatment over there, but a lot of it is police and a lot of it is fire.
So why would the DPW be high? Where are those coming from? The trash removal?
There's certainly a lot of strain that we get on those jobs. That's not unusual. We have a number of people that have been out for a while on those workers' compensation claims. It's lifting, it's pulling, it's taking a barrel that you think is just regular trash, but it's full of water, and they do that, or you pick up a bag, and that hurts, does something there. We've had some accidents. So there's a number of things that just come in, and our job is to try to get our employees healed and back to work as quickly as we can. So we don't want to delay any medical treatment, and we do have to pay for it when it comes in. We're very careful with it. We will negotiate with providers to try to keep that cost down for the city. But this has just been a tough year for us.
Okay, this year has been tougher than other years?
Yeah, our claims, I think, I do a quarter-to-quarter analysis of all of the claims that come in. In this quarter, I think we had 302 claims versus, say, last year, which was about 260 claims, which drove about a 16.8% increase in claims 3 quarters of the way through the year.
And do the workers go through an education process so they can be more careful when they're out on the job?
I think a lot of that would probably be through orientation with DPW. Of course, our police and our fire have a ton of training, and fire actually has folks from Springfield College from the physical therapy group, physical fitness group that comes in and works with the firefighters to try to keep them in best shape that we can.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Madam President.
Hello, Councilor Davila.
Thank you, Madam President. Bill, if you may, a quick follow-up for you. Good to see you, Bill. Bill, I believe you just say that we have 302 claims regarding workers' comp versus 260 of last year, which is over, close to a 30% increase. Can you quantify for us how much is that extra costing us right now, if you have that information on you?
I can't tell you other than we are exhausting the medical part of it. The indemnity part, we're fine right now. The indemnity is the salary replacement piece, so we're okay in that regard.
Right.
But in the medical costs themselves, they're definitely up. And a lot of what I've seen is, surgeries, and the surgeries have cost us a lot this year.
Later on, I'm going to give you a call because I'm interested in this subject, particularly if you can give us a breakdown as to what departments are experiencing a more increase in injuries. The first thing that came to my mind, and I know it's hard to tell because we have so many different departments, but is there some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Work culture issue, something that we should be retraining people, because not only are they getting affected, because even though if their workers come, they're getting less than the average salary, but also the city is getting affected. That did catch my eye, Bill. I would love to have a more in-depth conversation with you on this subject, because it's costing us not only money, but also talent and efficiency for services.
Sure.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. Councilor Govan?
Thank you, Madam President. And this is not to any specific item, but it just came to my mind, free cash that we're using to pay bills that we have to pay. And I'm thinking about our residents and how they can't do that, right? They can't, oh, my light bill is really extra high this month, so I have to pay more on it. So I'm just wanting the councilors to be mindful of how we're operating as a city and how our residents are being left behind, especially with the budget that we just passed of over $1 billion. I just wanted to bring that to the council's attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Govan. Any other councilors? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the item.
On approval, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes. Excuse me.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan. Yes, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado, absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes. Item approved. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
Item 15 is FY25 free cash to fire in the amount of $800,000.
This transfer, I'm asking from free cash for $800,000. This is for the settlement of the firefighters union that was ratified by the City Council in January of '26. That contract, under that agreement, the firefighters received a 3% increase retroactive to July 1st, 24, and a 3% increase retroactive to July 1st, 25. So the actual, and I misspoke in the Finance Committee, it was actually a cost of $1.5 million. I said 1.2, but about $1.5 million. We were able to cover some of that with salary savings, so I'm coming out of the council to fund the other $800,000. That is the balancing the account we have to fund. After this $800,000 transfer, there will be a balance in free cash remaining of $412,419.
Thank you, CAFO. Any questions or comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On approval, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado, absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes. Item approved. Madam Clerk, please call item number 16.
Item 16 is a bond proceeds to various capital projects in the amount of $5,865,610.45.
Lindsay, I think you're going to be speaking to this item?
Yes, thank you, Madam President. Lindsay Hackett, 80 Tamarack Drive in Springfield. So this order is to transfer unspent bond proceeds from previously completed projects over to new projects that we have coming on, the majority of which are MSBA school projects.
Thank you, Lindsay. Any questions from councilors? Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the item.
On approval, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado, absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield.
Yes, item approved. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
The next item is an order accepting a gift of real estate.
Kathy?
Kathy Bono. This is for 2 parcels that were owned by concerned citizens, and they're at the end of Long Hill Street. They are where the Welcome to Springfield's Forest Park neighborhood are. It's like on East Columbus and Long Hill. Concerned citizens is no longer able to maintain and upkeep the properties, so their desire is to gift it to the city. The park department says they're willing to accept it, and they're able to maintain those 2 parcels. 2 small parcels.
Thank you, Kathy. Any questions? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
On approval, Counselor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown. Counselor Brown.
Yes, I had a question, but
I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand, Counselor Brown.
yes.
Hold on, Counselor Brown, she's coming back.
I'm back. I don't know about.
We'll allow you to ask your question.
What I was kind of curious about is what if someone in the public wanted those? What was it? Property areas where a constituent or someone could have took it? Was it buildable? I'm curious.
The lots are not buildable. They're very small. They're on a corner, and they already have signs on them that says, "Welcome to Springfield's Forest Park neighborhood." I can't answer the question if concerned citizens ever tried to sell them, because I do not know that answer.
Okay, I would just say in the future, I don't know, when we have people who gift stuff, do we allow the public to if they gift it to the city, does the public have the ability to also petition for the properties too? Not just this one, I'm just saying in general.
If they're gifting it to the city, my answer, I would think, would be no, they don't have the opportunity, unless, of course, the city said, no, we don't want it. And then the owners would retain it.
And we can't now notify the public that it's property being gifted also? I mean, I just don't, I think the city has a kind of unfair advantage. That I would think that the public would be able to have the ability to also take advantage of having the information of an individual who can't sustain land. They might want it themselves. And I just say in the future, I would just like to work out something where the public would be able to know too. I don't really see how that's fair.
Okay, Counselor, she will take it under consideration, and you can set up a meeting if you want to discuss it further. Thank you, Counselor.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Madam Clerk, can you please start the rollover?
Certainly. Counselor Santinello on approval?
For the second time, yes.
Yes. Counselor Martin?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Perez?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Govan?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Walsh?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Hurst?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Davila?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Fenton?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Delgado absent. Counselor Click-Bruce?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Edwards?
Yes.
Yes, Counselor Whitfield?
Yes, item approved. Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
The next item is an amended ordinance, Chapter 16, Article 5, Youth Commission.
Thank you. Please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Madam President. Stephen Bonacounty, City Solicitor, 235 State Street. I am here on behalf of amending Chapter 16 of the City Charter, and revise the ordinance that was originally established in 1986 that created a youth commission. With the collaboration of the HHS Commissioner Helen Colton Harris, who's present, along with Chanel Ford and other staff members of HHS, who's really overseeing the Youth Commission. The Youth Commission had gone really had gone defunct and had become inoperative for a period of time. And so the commissioner was eager to try to invigorate that and repopulate the commission. And after several months of discussions, the law department has drafted an ordinance for your consideration that would, I'm going to defer to specifics of the reasoning for the commissioner who knows this even better than I do. But in summary, what the proposed changes would be to increase the number of participants from 11 members to 17 members. We'd be staggering the terms of service upon the repopulation of the commission, then ultimately have certain terms so that with the younger individuals from 7th to 12th grade would participate on this commission. The scope of the commission was perhaps the biggest change that is being recommended. The original draft focused more on truancy and other misconduct of students, trying to encourage better conduct of students. We considered that language to be outdated, and therefore we've made recommendations that the focus should be on mental health, social media, food insecurity, public safety, healthy relationships, financial literacy, civic engagement, and other areas that the Commission finds relevant. The changes would also include how the individuals that are going to be assigned. You'll see that the superintendent of police, superintendent of schools, the park director, the vice chairperson of the school committee, and the commissioner herself would have appointments along with the mayor. I do want to say that we've done a lot of work on this matter. We want to make sure to have this be active and successful. We're trying to have, in the previous, there was not a chairperson or a vice chairperson or a secretary. This time around, we're suggesting that that be created so that these individuals have leadership roles and take the job quite seriously. And finally, Madam President, there'll be a recommendation that the commission give quarterly reports to the mayor, and the mayor can meet with the commission as needed.
Thank you, Solicitor. Any questions? Councilor Click Bruce.
Thank you, Madam President. First, and then thank you, City Solicitor Bonacani, for your presentation. Thank you, and I want to recognize Health and Human Services Commissioner Helen Cotton-Harris and also Chanel Ford. I think this is great. This is a great initiative. I'm glad we're expanding it and taking on new initiative throughout the city. One thing I do see that is missing from the proposed ordinance is someone from the city council, and I'm just speaking up because I'm also the chair of the youth committee, and I think, you know, as a city councilor, we should have someone on that commission. So I'm just, you know, looking to see if we can, through the president, obviously, if you would have an opportunity to recommend someone from the city council. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilor. Is there anyone that wants to respond to Councilor Click Bruce regarding the amendment?
I didn't realize you were speaking to me, Madam President. Councilor, we thought long and hard about that, and we understand, and we're trying to be respectful of the role of the City Council. What we ultimately concluded was we believed that the school committee was a better conduit and a better body to oversee the Youth Commission rather than the City Council itself. And so as a result, we decided to amend the establishment, the composition of the commission to be the appointment through the school committee rather than the City Council. That was the rationale.
Thank you, Solicitor. Councilor Govan?
Thank you, Madam President. I think it's great that you're going to revive the Youth Commission. I'm wondering if there's a process in place, and I'm not sure if the Commissioner might have an answer to this, to support the Youth Commission. Is there an adult? And I imagine those are the committee members that you're talking about, right? Because I don't know how it got defunct in the first place, because we don't want that to happen again. I know we have a youth council out in Indian Orchard at our neighborhood council meeting, and we have an adult kind of like guiding them. They do have a president and a treasurer and all that. There's an adult overseeing. Ma'am. Thank you, through the president.
Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you very much, Counselor, and thank you for the question. The Health and Racial Equity Coordinator for the city, Chanel Ford, will be the staff person that is assigned. When Chanel came to the department, one of the things that she was very excited about, obviously, is health equity. And we knew that we needed to center youth voices in this discussion or conversation about health equity, and also make sure we had those voices in helping us in all city departments in terms of their voices being centered again. And so to your question, Chanel Ford. Chanel, you want to join me? In the event you have any questions for Chanel, we are excited about centering youth voices, so thank you for the question. And Chanel Ford will be the appointee from the Department of Health and Human Services who will provide the oversight of the Youth Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you, Madam President. One more question regarding Council Click Bruce's question, which I think was really appropriate. We do have a liaison with the school committee, which is Councilor Jerry Martin, and I guess I would just would love for him to be able to be part of that at times. I know, you know, the school committee, it feels like a lot of times that the school committee and the city council are two separate entities, you know, and we are one body, the city of Springfield. And I think that we all need to work together whenever we can to make sure that, you know, the goals of the city, of the residents, the youth especially. I love that mental health is a part of that. I think that, you know, we need to make sure that we hear the voices of the city, the residents, and that's the way we'll do it, is by working together. So that's my comment on that. Thank you, Madam President.
Counselor Walsh.
Thank you, Madam President. Helen and Steve, I find it very interesting that you are here before us asking the city council to amend a commission, but at the same time having no input from the city council. And I believe, and I'm not going to support it unless somehow the city council has a role in it. I think that's a serious oversight.
Counselor Walsh. Counselor Hurst? Oh.
Because I'll just piggyback off of what Councilor Walsh said. I fully support what my colleague, Councilor LeVar Click Bruce, mentioned in terms of the city council having a role, and I echo the sentiments of Councilor Walsh. I too will not support this change until we have some sort of designee from the city council play a role in this ordinance.
Thank you, Councilor Hurst. Councilor Davila.
Thank you, Madam President. I have a few questions for the solicitor, if I may.
Solicitor, his question's for you.
Good evening, Solicitor. Good to see you. So, I want to make sure that I understand this, Solicitor. So you're asking us to amend this ordinance for the Youth Commission, and you want to expand it to 17. 11 of those members are going to be grade 7 and up from the school system. My beloved colleague, Councilor Click Bruce, has suggested that we should have a member from the city council. So my first question to you is, if we were to adopt his recommendation, in your opinion, should we increase that from from what would be 18 to 19 members? What would be, do we have to increase that number to make it an odd number?
Through the president, Councilor, no, I'd recommend that we keep it at 17. We had a long discussion about the size and making sure that the body is of an adequate size, that it stays active and participatory, and that students have a voice in it. So I would recommend that we would go back. If it was a choice to refer it to committee, I think we'd come up with an amendment to keep it at 17 and insert the council's role back to where it was, and we'd make an adjustment in another location.
All right. And Solicitor, how will these 11 youth will be chosen?
11 residents of the city would be appointed by the mayor.
Am I reading this right? But as I read this, it gives me the impression that this is children, because it says have to be from grade 7 above. Am I reading this correct, Solicitor?
You are.
So, I mean, they're residents, but they're children, right?
Through the
Yeah.
president, I think we would anticipate that there would be conversations with students through the school system to see who might be interested in serving, and that's how we'd find the individuals who would be willing to serve.
I hear you, but I'm still kind of, maybe I'm nitpicking here, Solicitor, but yeah, I would like to see like a clear structure, how these kids are going to be chosen, who's gonna choose them. That's one. And the other thing, and I know this is nitpicking, Solicitor, it says here, establishment, appointment, and compensation. As I understood, you said this is gonna go to the school committee, taking it away from us, to be supervised by the school committee. Can the school committee set compensation for the adults in the room in this commission? Or should we just take out the wording compensation?
No, we thought that language should stay in case there are any expenses that need to be reimbursed.
Okay. All right.
But we're not expecting to pay the students to participate, if that's...
No, I'm not concerned with the student, I'm concerned with the very esteemed people, the adults, chief of police, school, park director, school committee. They don't need it. Compensation above and beyond, in my opinion. Anyways, I hear you. Thank you, Solicitor. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. Councilor Martin, followed by Councilor Perez, followed by Councilor Brown.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to just kind of piggyback off of what my colleague, Councilor Govan, suggested. I would be happy as the school committee liaison to sit in on any meetings, even as a participatory member of the commission or not. But I think maybe a suggestion would be to have just in terms of language, would be to just incorporate the school committee liaison member just standing as is to be the representative from the city council. I guess if we were to incorporate that language, just to say like whoever's in that position, that particular school committee liaison position, to be the representative in the commission. So that's my suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Martin. Councilor Perez, followed by Councilor Brown. Then I would like to ask some questions, Councilor Walsh, if you don't mind, to take the podium. But Councilor Perez.
So my question is, what is the reasoning of us approving it tonight and not the school committee just for education purpose?
Through the president, the city council has full authority as the legislative body of the city, makes any changes to the ordinance of the city, which is the city's local laws. So as a result, the council, even if you don't have a role in a commission, it's your authority to either amend or change the ordinances themselves. So that's why we're here before you tonight.
And the second part that I'm very concerned is the criterias. If I have to approve it, what are the criterias for the students? Because the information that was given was very vague when it comes to the selection of the students. That's one of the parts that I'm concerned right now in terms of the criteria and selection and all that within the criteria of this commission. So I don't know if you have an explanation in terms of the criteria so we could be more understandable. Because if we passing the ordinance as a city councilor, like other my colleagues have said, is our responsibility to just elaborate on the process. So, so that's my statement for now, that I'm concerned. I don't know if this was deliberated in committee or not, but there's some concerns and questions that is coming up, and I don't know, probably would, even the fact of selecting a colleague, because I think that I, as a former school committee member, will be interested in knowing and following up with this, and it's an exceptional program. Besides that, but as a former city school committee, I will be interested in knowing more of the criterias and all of the procedures that are going to occur. Because I got to go back to my board and be accountable how the selection, all that. I want to be educated about the matter. So those are the concerns that I have right now. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Perez. Councilor Brown?
Thank you, Madam Chair. How difficult is it to amend it and add it where a city councilor can be a part of it?
Through the chair, through the president, not very hard, Counselor. If you know exactly the language that you'd like to strike, you can strike that and insert in its place whatever language that you like.
So it is just my, basically, while you guys were doing your deliberation, you didn't take in consideration that the city council body would want to be a part of it. And I don't fault you for it. But there's a lot of us who are coaches and mentors, and we're very active. And I would think you would be ecstatic to have so many city councilors who just don't want to sign off on it. They want to actually be a part of it. So I would recommend, not just recommend, if there's a motion, if there's something we can do right now, to add it where we can have a city council member, because I can assure you, it might have just been a discrepancy thinking maybe city councilors might not have wanted to be a part of it. But, you know, I'm sure the mayor wanted to be a part of it when he selects and process. The school committee people want to be a part of it. And the city councilors, we want to be a part of it also. So I would see, can you add it? How can you add it right now?
Counselor, someone would have to make a motion with the language that, I see you, Counselor Santinello. I also have comments and questions that I want to ask, but Counselor.
So I'd like to make a motion to add it.
Okay,
to amend the language to add a council body being present.
Can you work on the language and then circle back with us when you have that language? Because the ordinance amendment is in the packet, so if you look online, you could kind of like mimic the wording that's already there, and you could come back to us with that wording. And
if I may, Madam President, I would defer probably to one of my colleagues to do it, because I'm sure a lot of them are interested in it being, so Councilor Clegg, Councilor Hurst, Councilor, there's a few councilors who probably, I know, you know, I would just think that would solve the issue, because I'm in full support. I love Mrs. Ford, and you know, Helen is one of my heroes, so it's a great program. I just think the discrepancy was thinking that the council body wouldn't want to be a part of it. So I'll yield the floor, Madam President. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Brown. One moment, Councilor Walsh. Councilor Santinello had his hand raised. Sorry.
Yeah, at the appropriate time, Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to committee.
Motion to committee made by Councilor Santinello, seconded by Councilor Edwards. Any deliberation on the motion? Councilor Walsh.
Thank you, Madam President. That was going to be my suggestion, but I would wait to vote on it until you have had the opportunity to speak.
Thank you. Can you please join me here since you are the senior person? Not like senior citizen, but the oldest, the longest running counselor. on the council.
Madam President, on the motion or on the amendment?
Thank you, Councilor Walsh. This is on the motion. I would support this ordinance going to committee for a couple of reasons. One is, while I like the sentiment of having the representative of the city council and the school department as a representative on the ordinance, there is already a youth commission that was appointed by the city council. That was LeVar Click Bruce. I think that a city council president should have the opportunity to appoint someone from the committee separate from that role, because there are different skill sets that this body holds. Councilor Click Bruce was my selection because of his involvement with the youth probably every day. Secondly, I was disappointed to see that city council was excluded from this ordinance. I don't know why that decision was made. I don't think it was a wise decision. Very disappointed to see that we were excluded. I seen something happen. There was a press release that came out where the mayor appointed a city council to a group instead of having the president appoint a city councilor. And I think that those things are done deliberately so that they can appoint whoever they are more favorable towards, instead of having the process be fair and equitable and having the city council president, whoever it might be, have the discretion of doing that. For that reason, I will not support this ordinance as written. Additionally, I agree with Councilor Perez. Want to make sure that the selection of the students is also fair and equitable. I don't think that the mayor in his office are the ones to determine who are the best students or that should represent the city of Springfield. Want to make sure that students from all neighborhoods and areas of the city of Springfield have the opportunity to sit on this committee. And for those reasons, I will support this item going to committee, and I would not support the ordinance as written.
Thank you, Madam President. Anyone else wish to speak on the motion to committee? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll on the motion to send this to committee.
On the motion to committee, Councilor Santinello.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh, more than
Oh,
sufficient.
yes, Councilor Walsh.
More than sufficient. This item goes to committee.
The item will be sent to the General Government Committee. I'm sorry. General Government is General Government. Madam Clerk, please call the next item on the agenda.
Item 19 is a resolution requesting road and sidewalk repairs in East Forest Park.
Councilor Martin?
Thank you, Madam President, for acknowledging me. As all of you know, today marks the anniversary of a very important day here in the city of Springfield. 15 years ago today, a tornado devastated many parts of Springfield, and one of the heaviest hit areas was East Forest Park. Several of the streets and sidewalks of the neighborhood have yet to be fully repaved and rebuilt, and the neighbors on streets like Wayside Avenue, Kipling Street, Roosevelt Ave, and Surrey Road have been waiting very patiently for what I believe is owed to them. They continue to stay in their homes and reinvest in the city of Springfield, but yet many of the streets and sidewalks in that particular area have yet to be redone. For 15 years, many of the East Forest Park residents have lived with an unfinished promise. And for that matter, there are several other neighborhoods as well, like the South End and Six Corners and Forest Park, that I'm also sure has streets that are still affected by the tornado. So I have been contacted by several constituents who have endured serious bodily injury from using these sidewalks. The bumps and the cracks have caused, people to fall over, kids on their bikes to wipe out, and, damage cars on use of the street. So I filed this resolution today so that we can encourage the mayor and the DPW to recommit themselves and prioritize these streets to, honor and commemorate the effects of the tornado and the residents of East Forest Park. So I hope you will support me in this endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Martin. Any comments, or Councilor Brown? I don't know if that's from before.
I want to thank my colleague for putting this forward. I went to school a little bit over in that area, and I do remember the horrible incident that happened. I definitely want to be added as added to the actual paperwork, and I just always definitely appreciate them for really being concerned about the constituents in the area. So I definitely want to be added. Thank you, and great job, Councilor.
Thank you, Councilor Brown. Please add Councilor Brown to the resolution. Any other councilors?
Yep.
Councilor Davila?
Thank you, Madam President. First, I'd like to congratulate my beloved colleague, Councilor Joey Martin, for fighting for his district, for that's what he was hired to do. Just point out, in all fairness, I see that there's quite a few streets listed. One of them is Shirley Road. Shirley Road is already slated for paving. That will be done this summer, if I'm not mistaken. And so, but other than that, good job standing up for your district. And so, not only but to the residents of Ward 7, to the whole city. And this is one of the things that I think we're only doing like 2% of the roads in the city of Springfield. And I know the budget is tight, but it's a necessity. It's an economic necessity. It's a quality of life issue to get our infrastructure properly done. Thank you, Madam President, and I will be supporting this.
Thank you, Councilor Davila. Any other councilors? Councilor Hurst? Oh, I'm sorry, Councilor Santinello.
Yeah, I just want to commend Jerry for doing this. I would be very upset if I found out that residents that got hit by a tornado and had applications in for sidewalks were overlooked. Is that the case, Jerry?
I'm not sure of specific instances, Councilor Santinello, of people filing that from years past, but I have heard a lot of constituent concerns just due to the current state of the sidewalks and the street and the lack of repair. So that enough.
Yeah, because
bring this.
Yeah, because what you said hit home with me. There's been injuries. People have fallen on those sidewalks. They're in disrepair, and that area was hit with a tornado. So you'd think that would be top priority. I commend you for bringing this forward. I'm voting for it.
Thank you, Councilor Santinello. Councilor Hurst?
Thank you, Jerry. Just a quick question. I think you might have already answered it. Do we know whether these particular sidewalks were damaged as a result of the tornado and then not repaired?
So some of it was from the tornado itself, and it's further evidenced by the fact, too, because after the tornado, there was a lot of, big construction vehicles, and a lot of imprints are still left on these sidewalks, too, from the use of those construction mobiles, devices, whatever, used to clear a lot of the debris. So those are still very visible.
So I certainly will support this if you're saying it is as a result of the tornado. And the only reason why, I just have a little hesitancy is because I'm looking at the sidewalk application list. And as many of you all know who are requesting sidewalks in your particular wards, this list is extremely long, close to 1,000 streets. And so what I would hate to have happen is that, we co-sign this particular resolution, which highlights 3 or 4 streets, and then they get bumped up if they were not damaged as a result of the tornado, and then the other 100 that are in East Forest Park, get put on the back burner. And, and as I look at this list, there are a lot of other sidewalks that, I think we all would advocate for to get done in East Forest Park and certainly throughout the city. I would also encourage you to make sure that they get on the application list for DPW. I think Councilor Santinello made a very good point. I believe Surrey Road is on that particular list, but there are a couple others that I think you have on your resolution that are not. So I would certainly recommend that those individuals who have been impacted put their addresses on the DPW list, and maybe they'll get bumped to the top.
Thank you, Councilor Hurst. Any other comments? Councilor Perez?
So, Councilor Martin, the question is, do you have any particular streets that you are adding to that resolution per se?
Yes, Council President. So there's 4 that are specifically mentioned in the resolution: Wayside Avenue, Roosevelt Avenue, Kipling Street, and Surrey Road. So those are the 4 that I heard from from the majority of the constituent concerns and phone calls that I've received.
So I will have to raise the same sentiment of my colleague Hurst, because then if we have over 1,000, the resolution should not specify. To benefit the whole city, the resolution should specify as a whole, not as a particular. I'll be very accurate in voting for particular street, knowing that some other, particularly my ward, has the same predicament. So that will be, I will raise that concern, and I don't know if we could further discuss it, but that's the only concern that I have at this moment. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Perez. I have some comments to the most senior member of the City Council. Can you please take the stand?
Madam President, on the resolution.
Thank you, Councilor Walsh. I really want to commend Councilor Martin on really listening to his constituency. You bring forward what they speak of all the time. You really do. And I want to commend you and thank you for being a listening ear for Ward 7. You do a great job. However, when you are elected to the City Council, no matter what ward you represent the whole city. And so when we vote for the city as a whole, no matter our wards. And so I just want to encourage you and all councilors to, when situations like this happen, number 1, to make sure they are on the tornado list, because I don't know that to be a fact. And number 2, just see what other streets and other neighborhoods that could be on the tornado list, because South End got hit really hard too. And I don't think my neighborhood got hit that hard, but there was a few areas in Mesa Square, so just to be fair and equitable to all communities, just a little bit more research. And if all those streets were included that were hit by the tornado, then I would definitely support this. So I am going to make a motion for it to go to committee to give us a little bit more time to do research, but I really like the sentiment of it because 15 years is a really long time for these streets or sidewalks to not be repaired and for residents to be getting hurt. We definitely don't want that, but we don't want that in any neighborhood. So I'll make a motion to send this to committee.
Second.
Motion's been made to send committee and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk? I didn't see your hand.
So no, thank you for the kind comments, Madam President. I don't mind or disagree with the idea of sending it to committee. In my comments, I did, refer to, like I said, Forest Park and the South End and Six Corners neighborhoods who I know were particularly affected by that. So if, other, ward councilors who hear from their constituents or at-large councilors who hear from a more broader base, so to speak, if they want to incorporate some other streets as well, I don't see a problem with that at all. So in fact, I encourage that. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Martin. Anyone else wishing to make a comment? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, on the motion to committee.
On the motion to committee, Councilor Santinello.
Just a point of information, was there a second on that?
Yes.
Yes, it was seconded by Councilor Hurst.
Thank you. My vote is yes.
Yes, Councilor Martin.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Perez.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Brown.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Govan.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Whitfield.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Hurst.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Davila.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Fenton.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Delgado absent. Councilor Click Bruce.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Edwards.
Yes.
Yes, Councilor Walsh.
Yes. Motion passes and be referred to committee.
Madam Clerk, is there any other items on the agenda?
There are not.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned until June 15th. I will not be in attendance. Councilor Delgado will be presiding over that meeting. Meeting adjourned.